Hey guys, welcome back, and it's Codger here. Just thought I'd shoot a video for you guys this morning. I know it's been a while, it's been too long really with everything that's been going on. And all my viewers sitting home, nothing to do. Sorry about that. There's been a lot of big changes, a lot of things happening, uh, different stuff. So I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of an update video there this morning. Tell you I'm still alive, haven't died nothing yet. But I do have plans to get some videos out to you soon. First big news. For those of you who don't know, I just got a job, my first job, working for the town, and so that's been going pretty good. I've had that for about a month and a half now. It was kind of slow this winter, just shoveling and stuff like that, but it's starting to pick up now that it's springtime. We'll be doing cemeteries and different stuff. So anyway, that's the first big news, and so let me see. So the reason I haven't been doing videos is I'm kind of in a transitional stage right now where I'm trying to change out my camera and equipment and all that. I'm trying to actually get set up so I can film with my phone now. I'm trying to get the different stuff I want to get for that, and money's tight right now because with Corona and everything, the town doesn't have money to pay anybody right now because they're waiting on having a meeting to pay people, and then they can't have the meeting because of the ban on here in the state of Maine. Can't have 10 people. Can't have, well, at this point you can't have really anybody together. They don't want anybody together, not even really family members outside of the immediate family. So anyway, that's been going on, and money's been tight, so I've been trying to tighten the belt up and waiting to get all that stuff. So hopefully I'll be able to get the equipment soon and get some more videos out to you guys. I haven't forgot about you. And there's a lot of videos too that it's like there's a video I have to do first before I can do all my other videos because they're going to kind of build off it, and that can be tough. So at this point there isn't a whole lot I can do. I have been filming a bunch of stuff. I have tons of footage ready to go. Just need to put the finishing touches on it and stuff. So there will be plenty of videos coming. Let me just say, as of today, this is pretty big. I'm pretty excited. As of today, actually, I am officially done with high school for life. Can you guys believe it? I can't believe it. It's nuts. So I do kind of a school by correspondence kind of thing. So Corona hasn't like slowed me down or anything on school. And of course I have school at home with the correspondence packets and stuff. So I've been working ahead for a while now, trying to get my school done early. And just today, I finished up the last of that. So that's it. I mean, she's done. So I guess now I get to look forward to college, right? But it's such a weird feeling because it's like you've done it your whole life. I mean, you know what I'm talking about? Maniac Scientist, kindergarten, right? I mean, it's like your whole life, and then one day you're like, what do I do now? It's crazy. It's a crazy feeling. So you guys are going to be graduating soon. You just wait. It's pretty weird. So anyway, that's the other big news. And then some of you guys know that I've had kind of a mysterious thing going on here. I said I had some exciting footage coming up. Didn't tell you what it was. Didn't really tell you anything about it at all. And so for those of you who might have noticed, I don't know if you noticed or not, but if I can get the camera. Hang on. Oh, there it is. Got a nice little wood pile going here for the fire pit behind me. And that kind of goes with my big news. So, the videos that are going to be coming up to you, they're going to be exciting. I'm pumped. I'm pretty psyched. So, here's the story. My great-grandfather, we'll just call him Grandpa. That's what I call him. So, Grandpa, he had a bunch of old saws. Not the same grandfather that the Lombard video was on. That's the grandfather on my mother's side. This is on my father's side, great-grandfather. So, anyway, he's been gone for geez, probably 10 years now. And I got to thinking the other day, he had a bunch of old chainsaws. And I thought, you know, I'm starting to get into chainsaws now and working on different stuff, and really want to learn chainsaws, become chainsaw master, learn hand filing, all that stuff. It's kind of especially the hand filing is kind of a rare thing around here. There isn't many people who can file a chain and actually have it be sharp when it's done. So that's kind of what I've been working on right now. But anyway, so I had a little home light 245 I've been working on, and it was Dad's, and he gave it to me. I've been trying to get it to run. It sat just a couple years, and now it's been impossible to get to run anyway. You know what setting does. So anyway, so I was working on that, and then I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I could get some of them older chainsaws? And I've been watching Buck and Billy Ray on YouTube. You gotta watch him if you haven't seen him. The guy's awesome. So anyway, I've been watching him, and he has a bunch of old chainsaws and stuff, and I thought that'd be pretty neat, you know. And my grandfather, Gigi, the one in the Lombard video, him and I always get together with his brothers, and we do shooting. We get together and we shoot, and we do different stuff. And they've all been on a chainsaw kick right now. We've been talking about setting up a chainsaw days where we all get together with our chainsaws and have cutting competitions and just, you know, have some fun with it. So anyway, so I was like, I need to get some vintage chainsaws. That's really what I want. So anyway, I was able to get my grandpa's, all of his chainsaws. So this is pretty nuts. There's some pretty old ones. So I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil the surprise and everything. But I will tell you that they date from 1959 all the way up until probably mid-late 90s. So there's going to be tons of videos coming up on those. I have tons of footage of them already, and it'll be a lot like the Lombard, where there's footage of getting them running, and then only there'll be test cut footage and all that. We'll get them on the pile, do some sawing, and yeah, so that'll be coming up real soon. Like I say, I'm working on those saws every day, just about trying to get them all. Them old saws can be finicky. I mean, they just can be. So, you know, some of them are at different stages. I got some of them running. Some of them need to be tuned and are just impossible to tune. Some of them, I think the clutches are screwed up. So it's you know, it's a slow process. But there will be quite a few of those videos coming up real soon. And got tons of reviews to do. Kind of waiting on some videos to do first. Kind of like what I was telling you in the beginning of this video. That, you know, sometimes there's order. You got to do things to make them make sense, right? So, anyway, that's going to be coming up. And, tons of videos. Tons and tons of videos coming up. I've got so many things I haven't even filmed yet on film. A lot of it's mechanic stuff, just a matter of me getting stuff running for the videos. So, that's an update. So what have I been doing during Corona? Well, working on chainsaws almost every day. And working on lawnmowers, trying to get lawnmowers running for the year, right? And working a little bit here and there. We just went up and refinished and sealed the floor at the town office. Oh, the sun is bright. Anyway, so that's pretty much what I've been doing. So I thought I'd kind of combine in here a little bit, because this video isn't going to be very long. But remember I told you I was going to do an update video on my pickup? Well, I think now might be the time. So it's been probably 9 months or so since I got my pickup, and I had a lot of interesting adventures and issues with it, and so I thought I'd give you guys kind of a little bit of an update. So hang on, let me flip the camera for you guys. Okay guys, so here's the update. First of all, I mean, I've done so much to this. Let me think. First of all, we put a little bit of rhino guard. I don't know if you guys can see it. Put a little bit of rhino guard down there on the bottom, because the rocks were beating the paint off there all the time and it was rusting. So we did that to it. Had a problem a couple months back. I think I mentioned it actually in my first video on my pickup. I was having this problem where I'd go up the road and of course this is standard, remember, too. So I'd be laying into the hills, you know, pretty hard. And I'd get about halfway up over a hill and she'd just bog right down, and a light would come on my dash and it said check engine soon or something, I don't know. So, or service engine soon, that's what it said. And it'd come on my dash and the whole pickup would just shudder and it'd just slow right down, bog. I didn't know what was going on. So it turns out it was the intake manifold gasket. So, this is interesting, all right? So we get the parts for the intake manifold gasket. And I go over to GG's and we get it in the garage and we start working on it. And this is a long process, right? Because you got to unhook like everything to get to that. All your valves and electronics and all that stuff under the hood. And it's a nightmare. Anyway, so you take all that stuff off, right? And you go to put the gasket in. So we get the gasket in there. I make this sound fast. It wasn't fast. It was a long process. So we get the gasket in there, and then all of a sudden, after we get the gasket in, we go to start the pickup back up, right? And we start it up, and it's missing, and we're like, what the heck, right? So we don't know what's going on. So my grandfather plugs in his scan tool. We're watching it, and we're watching the fuel trims and everything on it. And we can see that it's compensating bad for cylinder 2. And we're like, something ain't right? Something screwed up. So we start checking plugs, and plugs are fine, and we're like, well, what the heck, right? So, turns out, it was my injectors. Well, this is interesting, because instead of just being able to buy my cylinder 2 injector, which I could have done, actually. I had to hunt and hunt and hunt, and I finally found one. They wanted like $60 maybe for that one injector. Maybe it was more. Maybe it was like $100. Yeah, I think it was like $100 for that one injector, something like that. It's pretty crazy because they don't. Here's the deal. That's why it's so expensive, because they actually changed the whole system for the pickup, updated the system for these trucks. So they wanted you to buy the whole new fuel injector system instead. So I thought I can either buy this wicked expensive one injector, and probably my luck, as soon as I put it back together, the other injectors will start crapping out. So I paid 300 and some odd bucks. Ouch. And I put a whole brand new injector system in it. So we got that all in, okay. And I thought we were good to go, right? So, then, also broke my parking brake. It was kind of a long story there, because it was during the intake manifold gasket issues there, and I thought my oil filter was coming loose, which it was at first. So I get under there and I tighten up the oil filter, right? This is during VBS week at Crystal. Maniac Scientist knows all about this. Anyway, it's pretty funny. So, looking back on it, it wasn't at the time, but so I'd get under there and I'd tighten up the oil filter. Right. Well, the first time it was actually loose, and after that, the light kept coming on my dash, check engine soon light. And I go under and I tighten up the oil filter, and it would already be tight. And I'm like, well, what the heck, right? So I did this all the way home from Crystal one day, which is like a 2-hour drive. And I finally got home. I was mad, right? So I get into my space and I freaking stomp that parking brake down. Cut snap. So I broke the cable on the parking brake. So I had to replace that. So, anyway, so we replaced the parking brake cable. And then a little while ago, I decided that I was gonna. I think, yeah, Maniac Scientist's mom was out of town on business there for the week, and he was by himself all week. So he kept calling me up, and he's like, "I'm by myself. I'm all alone, right?" So I was like, "Okay." So one day I decided I'm gonna get in my pickup. I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna be waiting for him when he gets home from school, right? So I didn't say nothing to him, thank God, because then he would have been like, "Where are you?" But so I leave the house, right? I get halfway up over the hill here, which is only like, I don't know, quarter mile, something like that. And I go to touch the brakes, and there's no brakes. So I'm like, what the chicken, right? So anyway, so I turn around and I come home. And come to find out, on the driver's side, the little, it's like this little line here that comes down. And it comes around, and it feeds right into like your caliper there. And that line had come, well, the rubber line had actually cracked or something, and it was leaking brake fluid, lost all the pressure, of course. So grandfather came over. We stuck a nail in the end of the line, right? That's what we did. We stuck a nail in the end of the line. We drove it over to his house, and we did a brake job. Well, not a brake job, but we just replaced that line there. And anyway, so that got fixed. I mean, when a truck's 20 years old, pretty much anything can go at any time. It's just the way it is. So then we went ahead and we oiled the frame there this fall. Miserable job, guys. Got to get under there with the garden hose, wash everything out, and get under there with a sprayer and spray oil all over your frame. You're getting all this stuff in your eyes, and it's just, yeah. And when you're under there with a garden hose, there's absolutely no way to not get soaked. So anyway, and in the fall time, geez, I'm telling you, it was bad. So anyway, when we were under there, we noticed that my rear end was leaking. Okay, anyway, so it was leaking under there, right? And it was leaking all around the axle and stuff, and we were like, what the heck? So we decided that we better be taking a look at that, obviously. So jacked the pickup up, dropped the axle, the rear axle, everything. And we decided we were going to weld it up. So we got metal, and we started welding plates over the axle, the rear axle. And the rust had actually eaten through in spots the rear axle, like under the brackets and stuff, right on the frame. That was all rust up in there, and it was rusting down through. So we welded plates all over that rear axle. I don't know if I can get you down there and let you see what I'm talking about. You can't really see it, but it's all dirt covered and rust covered now anyway. But anyway, so we went under there and we did all that, patched that up, and we had to cut the brackets off the top of the axle and everything, and clean that all up, needle gunned the whole thing, and then welded the brackets back on. So that was a big job, to say the least. We also put new brake dust backing covers there on the rear wheels while we had them apart. And is that everything? Oh, I put a starter in it there a couple weeks ago. I thought the starter was going bad because I'd go someplace and I would, well, the pickup would start right up cold, first of all, leaving the house, ice cold, you know, been sitting there for a couple days, whatever. And then I'd get someplace, I'd shut it off, I'd go inside for a few minutes, come back out, go to start it, and it would not start. I mean, it would, but it'd turn over real slow, and then she'd shake and shudder, and then it would start up. So I thought, and I had a voltage meter there, my temperature thing, I don't know, let me show you here. I got a little temperature voltage meter thing in my dash, and so I can watch all that, right? So anyway, I've been watching that, and that's like, you know, like even right now, it's 12:05. So I'm like, I don't think it's my battery. So anyway, so I decided it had to be the starter. And so I put a starter in it, which was kind of fun. I mean, not really, but. So anyway, I put a starter in it, and yeah, that didn't help. So at this point, I'm not sure what the issue is. I'm gonna get a battery for it anyway, because the battery in it's like 10 years old. So we'll see. We'll see about that. I don't think that's gonna help it any. But I don't know what the problem is at this point. But so that's what I've been doing with this. I think that's pretty much everything we've done so far. And yeah, I got the old mower running. It's funny. Last time I had this over for the starter, over my grandfather's, I brought the mower over and we got that running again. That quit last fall. So yep. So now I got some ride mowers over there. I gotta get running that push mower over there. It runs, but it's one of them squeeze bars on the top of the handlebar for the throttle cable, and that's broke off, so I gotta fix that. So anyway, guys, this is the updates. This is what I've been doing. For those of you who thought I might have come up missing, I didn't. I've been here the whole time. Just working on old junk. Same old story, different day, right? So it's funny, I was telling the Maniac Scientist the other day, I'm kind of a home guy. I like to be home, working on stuff. I'm like, well, geez, now that everybody says I can't go places, I feel like I want to be all over. It's funny, because he's on the road most of the time. He likes to ride around and do stuff, go to activities and stuff. So he's going nuts right now, but I didn't think I would. I mean, I'm not going nuts, but I'm getting a little sick and tired of being home by myself all the time. But it's been nice, because like work and stuff gets me out, lets me socialize. So yeah, that's the updates, guys, basically. There'll be more coming, more videos coming. I promise. They're coming. They just gotta have patience. These saws, every time I get a saw, so I think I can finally finish the video and it's all ready to go, it's not. So so anyway, there'll be good videos coming to you guys. I've got like I said, I got a couple things to review I haven't reviewed yet. Those will be coming up. Actually, guys, I don't know if I told you this. I might as well give you this update now while I'm at it. I mean, why not? I'm kind of doing this fly by the seat of my pants style, you know? Just want to give you guys a decent length video, something, you know, give you some updates. So, last summer, this is funny. Last summer, right, I called me an scientist up. I'm like, hey, want to do something? And he's like, I can't. And I'm like, why? And he's like, I got, you know, such and such or whatever. I was like, okay. So, so I'm like, what am I going to do with my day? So my whole life, I've dreamed of having a Grumman aluminum canoe. My whole life. Ever since I was a little kid. So, I've been watching for a while on Craigslist, you know, just kind of, how do you say that? Like in passing, not like necessarily looking for anything, but just watching in case anything interesting come up. So, this is so funny. So I see this guy in Milo, has this, can you see it? Can I get it? I'll just do this. That's my canoe, guys, right there. Okay, anyway, so I see this guy in Milo has this Grumman canoe. A little bigger than I originally had envisioned that I wanted. Like by, I don't know, 4 feet. So anyway, the price was right. I mean, I got this for like a steal. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked that I got it for that cheap. So, because these can be like anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500, especially for a big one like this. So it's an it's an 18-footer, right? So I go. I'm like, Mom, you want to go on a road trip? She's like, where? I'm like, Milo. Let's get a canoe. So she's like, whatever. So she goes with me, right? We get this canoe, and it was a Milo, so I spent the day at my grandparents' after. So I come home. Right? And I got it on Mom's pickup, right? And that's got like a 5-foot bed. So I've got a blanket on the roof, and I've got the canoe from the tailgate hanging like probably 3 feet over the tailgate, all the way up onto the roof, hanging almost out so you can see it through the windshield. Seriously. I'll have to, if I can find the photo, I might put it at the end of the video here. So, anyway, this is so funny though. So, I text it to the Maniac Scientist. I'm like, see what here happens when you say you're busy for the day? It never ends well. He's like, that's too funny, right? So I bring him over, like a week or two later, whenever he comes over for something. I'm like, oh, you gotta come see the canoe, right? So he's skeptical, right? He's like, I don't know. It's not the flamingo. So I'm like, listen, it's awesome. You're gonna like it, right? So he goes over. We roll it over, right, onto its bottom. He climbs in it. He looks from one end to the other. He's like, this is awesome. We can have a dance party. So anyway, it's grown on him. We took a couple trips on that last summer down the river, and it's pretty awesome. I'm pretty excited about it. So the only thing that bums me out a little bit is it's painted that green. I wanted to strip the paint off it and get it down to the aluminum and then polish it up, and then I wanted to get some like World War II Air Force decals, maybe put like the P-51 shark's teeth up the hull and stuff, but I cannot get the paint off. Absolutely cannot get the paint off. And I've tried some pretty rank stuff. They say aircraft stripper is the only stuff that'll take it off, and that stuff is like so expensive. So I've decided I think I'm just gonna paint over it different color. I don't know what color yet. If you have any color ideas, comment. Pink's not an option. So anyway, yeah, so that's pretty awesome. You might see some videos maybe this summer. No promises, but you might see some videos this summer of me and the Maniac Scientist on the river in the canoe, doing some bass fishing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all my updates. I got a snowmobile here too that at some point I want to get in a video. I don't know. I got to get it running first. I get it running and then something else is messed up, and then you know how it goes. But I'll give you the ultimate spoiler teaser, right? Wait, where is it? I have a hard time finding things in the reverse camera. Over here. Let me come over here. Okay, maybe come over here. I will figure this out. Right? It's covered. So, that ultimate spoiler, guys. Alright, you figure out what it is. Okay? Maniac Scientist, don't tell them. They gotta figure it out. Leave it in the comments. Okay. That's all, guys. I don't want to hold you up all day, but hope you liked the video. There'll be more good stuff coming. I promise. Pinky swear. Not that kind of pinky swear, but you know, like, promise, pinky. Yeah, okay. Anyway, so have a good day, guys. This is Codger saying I'll be back soon, very soon, and we'll catch you soon, very soon. All right, guys. Stay healthy. Stay safe. This is Codger signing off. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Over and out.